Go stand right up here in this seat. Give me a young man, Gideon. Gideon, be a mighty warrior for God. There you go, son. You stand right there. Here you go, Joseph. Someday you might be the leader of the government. You never know, Joseph. You dream dreams. What's your name? Allison? You look great with that tape on your mouth. Here we go. All right, here you go, young man. You're so eager. I love you. Here we go, buddy.
Algunos liberales extremistas tendrían que ver esto y empezar a revolverse. La intensidad que se ve en estos niños, no cabe duda de que verían esto y dirían, Dios mío, no sabía que esto fuera posible. ¿Cómo van a ser esos niños cuando crezcan? Es como decirles a los activistas por los animales que se mueran de envidia, ¿sabes? ¿Quieres ver intensidad? ¿Quieres ver a niños apasionados con Cristo? Ahí está. Bueno, yo tengo que creer con toda mi alma que esto es solo la punta del iceberg. Creo que esos niños dejaron huella en el cielo. Dios oye los gritos de los niños. Vaya, me voy a poner a llorar.
We're talking to Becky in Bismarck, North Dakota. She's a children's pastor, and she runs a summer camp for evangelical children there in North Dakota. Becky, how are you?
I'm doing very good.
Why kids? Why are they supposed to be some new army of God? Why are we using kids to do that?
Anyone who does any work with kids knows is because the reason you go for kids is because whatever they learn by the time they're 7, 8, 9 years old is pretty well there for the rest of their lives. And this is statistics that you can research for yourself.
No, I know these statistics, but you use the term learn. The word learn is different than indoctrinate. God gave us a brain. God gave us the freedom to choose, and learning is part of that choice. And I think every time the fundamentalist movement, Becky, interferes with that, we're doing harm. We're doing harm to the progression of mankind.
I don't think any child gets anything by choice. As I understood, your question to me was, do you feel it's right for the fundamentalists to indoctrinate their children with their own beliefs? I guess fundamentally, yes, I do, because every other religion is indoctrinating their kids. Hello, I would like to see more churches indoctrinating.
You can tell a child anything. Just like I said, you can tell a child, you can make a child into a soldier that carries an AK-47.
You could call it brainwashing, but I am radical and passionate in teaching children about their responsibility as Christians, as God-fearing people, as Americans, if you want to say.
Well, Becky, let me ask you this. How do we ignore that all of a sudden we're creating children soldiers for the Republican Party? How does that figure into anything that Christ had to say about how we should live our life on the earth?
I am not aware of any churches that are out there with a political cause. I'm not going after my kids politically, but that, because at the same time I want to say, and I don't have any problem saying to my children, we are pro-life.
I got to tell you, God is watching us. God has a very special place for those people who mess with our children. It's not a pretty place.
You know what? I'm not going to go there, Mike.
You know, what's always made this country special, what's always set this country apart is because there is something that we call a separation between church and state. That's always something that separates us and has separated us for 200 years. It has worked. I respect your right as a fundamentalist to teach your children whatever you want to teach them. But don't let that bleed over into the public sector. Don't let that bleed over into the schools.
I beg to differ with you. Christianity is important. We believe it's the most important religion in the world because it changes the lives of people.
But Becky, it's a witch's brew. It's going to take over democracy.
I think democracy is the greatest political system on earth, but that's just it. It's just what's on earth. And it's ultimately designed to destroy itself because we have to give everyone equal freedom, and ultimately that's going to destroy us. And so the perfect world is not going to be perfect until Jesus is truly Lord.
Okay. Becky, thanks for joining us, okay?
You bet.
Oh, man.
the more I hear about this, it just gets crazier and crazier.
On this vote, the ayes are 58, the nays are 42. The President's nomination of Samuel A. Alito, Jr. of New Jersey to be an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States is confirmed.
I love America.
Amo Estados Unidos. Me encanta el estilo de vida de aquí. Me encanta formar parte del siglo XXI. Me despierto cada día emocionada por lo que voy a hacer. Pero al mismo tiempo, veo este mundo asqueroso y digo, Dios, salgamos de aquí. Sabiendo lo que sé, ¿cómo no dedicar mi vida entera a ayudar a otros? Niños, adolescentes o adultos acuden al conocimiento salvador de Jesucristo. ¿Cómo podría disfrutar del cielo sabiendo que nunca le dije a la gente lo mucho que significa Jesús para mí? Eso no es una carga, es la mayor alegría de mi vida.
The most religious nation in the world is India. The most irreligious nation in the world is Sweden. We are a nation of Indians ruled by Swedes. As Christians, you are the leaders. You speak for God. We care about our country. And what I want to say is we want to get our message out. We can boil it down to, she said, you just boil your message down to single sentences. Let me give you some single sentences. Number one, it's a new day. Number two, liberalism is dead. Number three, the majority of Americans are conservative. Number four, you can count on us showing up and speaking out. And number five, let the church rise.
Thank you, Dr. Sutton.
If you were to die right now, where do you think you would go?
Heaven.
Really? Are you sure? Okay.
Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gonna have a friend in Jesus.
I think they were Muslim.
So you know that when you die, He's gonna recommend you to the Spirit in the sky.
I'd like to give this to you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, well. Oh, we know they could be Christians already, you know what I mean? Do you think people actually think we're trying to, sell something?
I bet you some of them do.
I mean, we're kids. What are we selling?
Whatever's in our hand.
God has been so good to you. You had to stand up on your feet and praise and magnify the Lord, because He's the one who set you free. Praise Him.
Thank you.